Rittenhouse was one of the keynote appearances and speakers at Turning Point USA's event known as America Fest. And they even had a special, why are you laughing?
Because they're so goofy. I mean, why don't you just-
America Fest.
Exactly, why don't you just call it America Fest? Okay, just take out the A, put in the U, just go all the way, okay? If you're gonna go have Let's Go Brandon like background where people can take pictures, just call it America Fest.
Yeah, I just come up with a better name. Like, I get it, you guys love America, except not really. I mean, you want to like do away with our democratic process and essentially have a system in place that just reelects Donald Trump over and over again. But nonetheless, all right, let's move on. Let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. So, Kyle Rittenhouse appeared at Turning Point USA's conference known as America Fest, and during this event, they had a special little walkout song for him, a little rap, a little ditty that they put together. So without further ado, here it is.
Get loud for Kyle.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Look, there are serious points to be made. But the one thing I will say is, it's amazing what right-wing donors will fund. That looks like a pretty pricey event, and I guarantee you it's not funded with grassroots fundraising or anything like that. But nonetheless, so obviously they're treating him as a celebrity, and there's the grift element to it, which is Kyle Rittenhouse right now is considered a celebrity among right-wingers. So bringing him to this event, treating him like a star is something that brings more attention and possibly more money to Turning Point USA. I'm curious if they're going to continue loving Kyle Rittenhouse and using him in the way that they do if his notoriety or his celebrity starts to fade. But it does obviously send a pretty disastrous message, because regardless of how you feel about how his trial went down, and I do think that he had a reasonable defense in regard to having to use self-defense. He shouldn't have been there in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was a teenager with a weapon. He shouldn't have been there. He should have been at home with his family instead. And this is, in my opinion, gonna encourage people to do what Kyle Rittenhouse did. Put yourself in the middle of a chaotic scene with a weapon, and then later get celebrated as some sort of hero.
Yeah, by the way, I mean, look, you could never know for sure because I wasn't on the jury, and you know when you're on the jury, you hear all the evidence. But on the evidence I've seen, I would have convicted. I went to a thing trying to provoke a fight and trying to kill people, and then somebody threw a plastic bag at me, and then I started killing people. Okay, I would have convicted for sure, based on that evidence and what I have seen publicly. Oh, you want to cry a river about that? No, no one's allowed to say that, okay? I want to cancel your free speech. Poor victim Kyle Rittenhouse. No, the two dead people are the victims. So now what is Kyle Rittenhouse known for? The only thing he's known for is for killing two people at a protest. It was a protest by black folks. He happened to kill two white people, but he went there hoping for violence where he could use his weapon in what he thought was a black protest. So he's 18 years old, he's accomplished nothing else. That's the only thing he's known for. So they see that, the right wing sees that and goes, yes, what a hero! What a hero to us. He didn't just own the libs, he killed the libs. They're celebrating it with thunderous applause. So honestly, it reminded me of Germany. I don't know that even Goebbels had the audacity to bring out a brown shirt and do fireworks and this spectacular, this guy killed a couple of people we don't agree with. Yes, yes. And they probably did. I didn't follow all the details of different Goebbels propaganda. But vigilante violence is now considered awesome, fantastic in Republican circles. So I can't imagine any scenario where progressives would bring on someone who killed right-wingers and then got away with it. Okay, got acquitted, right? And then we do fireworks like, way to kill the right-wingers. You know what would happen? I mean, the whole place would explode. In mainstream media, right-wing media, etc. They'd all go nuts and say, what monsters? What monsters? And here we're debating it. Well, I mean, he got acquitted. By the way, OJ got acquitted. So imagine if they did that for OJ after his acquittal. Fireworks, yeah, bravo, OJ, way to kill those people. Hey, he got acquitted, he got acquitted, he got acquitted, right? No, but for Rittenhouse, they love him. And they don't love him despite the fact that he killed those people. They love him because he killed those two people. And only because of that.
So there was also another interesting moment involving Kyle Rittenhouse during this event, which had to do with a reporter or journalist who just wanted to ask him a question about a statement he made in regard to Black Lives Matter during a Tucker Carlson interview. So he had said this. I want to remind you all of what he said. I'm not a racist person. I support the BLM movement. I support peacefully demonstrating, and I believe there needs to be change. I believe there's a lot of prosecutorial misconduct, not just in my case, but in other cases. And it's just amazing to see how much a prosecutor can take advantage of somebody. So that's what he said during the interview. A journalist named Elad Eliahu wanted to ask for some clarification of those statements, and apparently it didn't go so well. He ended up getting kicked out of the event. We do have a quick video showing you what that interaction was like. Let's watch.
Excuse me, Mr. Rittenhouse, can you tell me why you support BLM?
JD, hey buddy.
Yeah, how's it
Back up,
going?
man.
I'm not a threat. Hey, Mr. Rittenhouse, can you tell me why you support BLM? Yeah, he said he does. Mr. Rittenhouse, you said you support. I'm not. Why are you pushing me? I'm allowed to be here. I'm allowed to be here.
Not allowed to act.
I am allowed to be here. Hey,
you.
Mr. Rittenhouse, why do you support BLM?
Keep pushing me. We're gonna have
You were pushing me, bro.
Hey, we're revoking that.
Okay.
That means you're a criminal trespass from the property.
Okay. You need to give me time to leave before you.
You need to speak to
Where do
him.
you need
Hey,
him?
I could leave.
Where do you need him?
He's been revoked. We're a criminal trespass removed. from
I
the
just
property.
had it removed to give me the opportunity to leave. I will be.
So he did get kicked out because, the right wing, true warriors of freedom of the press, freedom of speech, all of that.
It looks like they canceled him. Quite literally. They canceled this press pass. You saw them take it away, and they kicked him out of the conference.
Might be because he's like a progressive journalist or something.
No, funny enough, first of all, that wouldn't excuse it at all, right? As a matter of principle.
It wouldn't excuse it, but it would be par for the course for right wingers, to be honest. But anyway, continue.
But as it turns out, he's part of Timcast, so he's a right winger. And so I don't know why he was asking the question like, is it true that you're disgusting enough to support Black Lives Matter after killing a couple people at a protest like that? I mean, after killing them, shouldn't you pour salt in their wounds and say how much you hate Black Lives Matter? So it looked like he was coming from a right-wing perspective, but I don't care. He's allowed to ask that question. And I don't know if journalist sounds a little strong, but nothing wrong with that question. And they didn't care that he was asking a legitimate question. They didn't care whether he was a journalist. They didn't care if he was right-wing or left-wing. If that is our beloved angel now, the guy who kills people is our angel. You can't even go within a 10 feet perimeter of him. You'll be escorted from the building. And I like that immediately. So you criminal trespass. Rittenhouse is not the criminal. You're the criminal for daring to ask him a question.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, when you juxtapose the treatment toward Rittenhouse, who murdered two people, who killed two people, and the situation with this journalist, it's hilarious. Anyway, but Turning Point USA did release a statement in regard to kicking this journalist out. And they claimed that he rushed Kyle a little too aggressively, adding that security asked him twice to stand down, but he failed to comply with their orders. He is for sure not coming back to America Fest, the spokesperson said.
That is literally cancel culture. I love that they kind of accidentally did it to a right winger, but really who cares? They hate any opposition. If they're in charge, the first thing they'd cancel is freedom of speech. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that All you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.